Let's see now. There's my brothers and sisters, Maggie, and my friends Harry and Rosemary and Sadia and Delia.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Crazy Quilt. Hi, Jackson. What are you doing?
Hi, Maggie. Oh, well, I'm making a list for my party. I'm inviting my brothers and sisters, of course, and you and my friends, but I'm not sure about inviting Filbert, the squirrel next door.
But I thought you two were friends.
Well, but he's not a raccoon. Everyone else invited to the party is a raccoon.
Well, I'm not a raccoon, and you're inviting me.
Hey, that's right.
You know, all your friends don't have to be alike.
Yeah, that's right. You know, I know a story about 4 very different animals who were very good friends.
What kind of animals?
Well, let's see. There's a turtle, a mouse, a crow, and a kudu. You know what a kudu is? It's a kind of deer.
Wow, that's great.
It's great that they were all friends.
No, it's great that we're going to make a crow, a mouse, a turtle, and a kudu. Animal we're going to make is a mouse.
A mouse, okay.
Now, I'm sure you've seen mice.
Oh, yeah. I've seen lots of them.
They're everywhere, aren't they? They live in the cities and they live in the fields. They're deer mice that can jump. They're little mice that climb everywhere.
Why are they called deer mice? Is it because they're expensive or something?
No, and it's not because they're very dear either. It's because they've got big ears like deer do.
Oh.
Sort of like kudus, I guess.
Oh, yeah, they could call them ear mice, I guess.
That's right. Now, to make our mouse, I've taken a milk carton, I drank all the milk, and then I washed it out, and I covered it with construction paper. I made it gray, because a lot of mice are gray. Sometimes, though, you've seen them and they're white, or brown, or black even.
Black mice? I didn't know that.
Yeah, I've seen them, yeah. And I punched a hole in the back where we're going to put the tail.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to make all the parts out of construction paper. So the first thing I'll start off with are the legs. And you can see I drew the front leg, a straight line, and then lots of little claws.
Oh, so those are the toes parts.
That's right.
Yeah.
Mice are amazing climbers. And
they could go up walls, I think.
I think they can.
Of course, we raccoons are pretty good at climbing, too, you know.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
I always see you up on the roof, and I wonder what the view is like, Justin.
Oh, it's great, you know. You can see next door where Filbert lives and all the way down the street.
Okay. So I had 2 pieces of construction paper. So now I've got my 2 legs. Oh, gee, this one has a black outline where I drew, and the other one doesn't. I think I'll draw this in.
You want the legs to match, right?
I think it would be nice.
Yeah.
That would be good. All right. There. And now I'm going to just put that on with a tape loop. So I'll fold my tape over so it's sticky on both sides.
Would it be okay to glue it, too?
Oh, sure. Glue would work really well. And I'll just stick it on there. And I've got it just sticking out the front a little bit.
Yeah, so he's going to be going along.
That's right. Sort of scooting about and holding things and nibbling away.
Yeah, might eat lots of things, eh, Maggie?
They eat grain.
Grain?
Flour. They eat...
Flowers?
Not flowers, flour, like you bake with.
Yeah, like for making bread and things.
That's right. And, of course, they love peanut butter.
They do?
If you ever go on a picnic with a peanut butter sandwich, you can invite a mouse along.
Oh, so if you're having a mouse to your birthday party, peanut butter would be good?
Yeah. Do you know any mice to invite?
No.
Oh, okay. Well,
I don't.
Now, the back legs I'm going to make bigger than the front legs because they're very powerful. So I'm cutting out a big circle with a foot at the front. Just sticking out like that. And then flat at the bottom.
So a mouse like that could probably jump up in the air.
That's right.
Yeah.
And I guess we better draw the line on the other side so that it'll match here, too.
Oh, yeah.
Did you know what a mouse sounds like?
What does a mouse sound like? Sounds quiet, I think.
That's
quiet.
That's right. I've heard that expression, quiet as a mouse.
Quiet as a mouse.
And sometimes I think they can squeak, too.
They squeak.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
Sort of like those kinds of sounds. Kind of a fun sound to make, isn't it? And I'm going to tape it on.
Like peanut butter.
And we'll put some tape on the back leg as well. On this side. Make sure the feet are at the bottom. Good. Oh, this one's a bit crooked. We'll fix that. All right. Now we've got the two legs.
Oh, but I think a mouse needs something other than legs, Maggie.
What do you think we'd need to make our mouse complete?
What do you think?
I think a tail.
A tail?
A tail.
Yeah, okay, a tail.
We've got a pipe cleaner here, and I just folded it in half so it would be nice and thick, and I twist it, and remember that hole? I'm just punching it in like that. You could also tape it on or glue it on, but that's a pretty easy way to do it.
Yeah, that looks good.
All right, and there's something else missing.
Hey, my ears a bit itchy.
Yeah, let's do some ears. Since we were talking about mice with big ears, let's cut out another circle. Quite a big
those
one.
are big ears.
Yeah. Well, I think mice need to listen very carefully.
Yeah, because they're so quiet. If they don't listen very carefully, they won't hear what the other mice are saying.
That's right. And, of course, mice are often very nervous about bigger animals.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Right. So they want to listen and make sure if one's coming that they get out of the way.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
There we go. And we'll put them on both sides like that. Right. And when I think of mice, I think of them having cute little noses. So I'll use some pink construction paper and cut out a circle here. And pin that on, or tape it on would be a better thing to do.
So I guess you could glue that, too, if you wanted.
You could. I'm going to just fold it over like... That's the best way to do this.
No,
What?
no,
Smaller piece of
overboard.
tape. No, that's okay. I got it. There. I'm going to put a piece of tape here, and then fold it over to the other side, like that. Okay. And now I think we better draw on a few whiskers.
Yeah, whiskers are good.
All right. And a couple of very little eyes. With some eyelashes.
Oh, boy.
And there's a mouse. Oh, wait, a mouse. Can't have a mouse without a mouse.
They're almost the same word.
Almost. They do sound the same, don't they?
Yeah, I get them mixed up sometimes.
There we go. There's our mouse. All right. And now, there was another animal that you said was in the story, Jackson.
Yeah. You know the kind that they're kind of hard and kind of soft. You know.
And they're kind of slow.
They're kind of slow.
And they travel on the land.
They're kind of green. They're kind of wet.
Turtles.
Turtles, right. You guessed it.
There's half of a styrofoam ball, and I painted it green because a lot of turtles are green. And when you said they were hard, Jackson, what did you mean?
I meant they're kind of house that they carry around.
Sure, you know what that's called, right? A shell.
The shell, but it's not like a peanut shell.
No. And so I'm going to make the pattern of the shell with some wool. I'm taping it on there, and now I'm just going to wrap it around sort of different directions.
Oh, I thought you were going to draw it, but you're not. Oh, that's better, because it's kind of 3D-ish.
Yeah, and then I'm just going to tuck it underneath here and put another piece of tape on it to hold it in place. And if you had more wool, the shell could have more section.
Yeah.
All right. Now, this turtle is going to need some legs.
Right,
and I've got some craft sticks that I made quite small. I cut them off. Now, you could use other things, I'm sure.
I guess you could get twigs or something, too.
Twigs would be great.
Yeah, they'd be kind of all wrinkly like an old turtle then.
Or maybe some cotton swab sticks.
Oh, yeah.
Something like that. Anything that's basically straight.
Anything that's leggish.
Yeah. And I've got a popsicle stick that I cut the tip off of for the tail. Make sure the legs are sort of the same length here. And I'm going to put the flat end in.
Oh, yeah, so the curvy tail. So
Now-
it's curvy on the outside.
Turtles are really, really old animals. Did you know that? The turtle family has been around longer than the dinosaurs.
Longer than the dinosaurs.
Yeah,
Oh,
so they're
really?
pretty
Wow.
slow, but they're pretty smart animals.
Well, I guess, if you were that old, you'd have to be pretty slow.
And for the head, I'm going to take a little carrot, just a little leftover from our lunch, and I've got a cotton swab that I cut the tips off of, and I'm going to stick it in the end of the carrot, and then stick that into the styrofoam ball. And there's the turtle ready to crawl on the land or swim in the water.
How to do a kudu.
I know.
You do?
I do.
A kudu.
It's an easy way to do any kind of deer, but you'll see it's the antlers that make the kudu really special.
Well, Maggie, if you don't want to make a kudu, you could make another kind of deer.
Oh, no, I've always wanted to do this kind of antler. It's
Oh,
so
okay,
much fun.
great.
You'll really enjoy it. We start off with just a small box, and we're going to wrap a piece of Bristol board around it. And you can see the Bristol board is taller than the box. Now, that's pretty unusual.
Box. No kidding.
Usually we try to cut things to fit, but I want the Bristol board to stick out at the bottom.
Are you sure you want to do this, Maggie?
I'm positive. I'm putting the tape on just to hold it, and I'm wrapping it around like you wrap up a present.
A present?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
And just putting some tape here to hold it in place. I might put on just an extra piece.
Because bristleboard's kind of springy, isn't
That's
it?
right. Well, so are deer, right?
Sometimes bristleboard's hard to cut, Maggie.
Well, you can always get a grown-up to help you with that.
Oh, yeah.
If it's
Yeah.
difficult. So you can see that the Bristol board is longer than the box. So I've got some room here to put on my legs. And my legs are clothespins.
Clothespins?
The kind that you use for hanging up the laundry on
I
a nice
didn't
sunny
expect
day.
that.
No. Well, they make nice solid legs to stand on. And I put two on each side, of course.
Right.
And the nice thing about clothespins is because they're all the same size, I'm pretty sure the kudu will be able to stand up
Oh, yeah, and he's got
evenly.
really good legs. It looks like he has hooves and everything.
That's right. Okay. Now, kudus, I think, Jackson, if I'm right, don't they live in Africa?
Well, yeah, I think so. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I think so. And they sort of bound around in the fields. Right? And they
Yeah.
eat grass.
No, I guess they might.
Yeah.
Jeepers, I don't know. I never had a kudu to dinner, so I just don't know.
Well, let's make ahead so the kudu can eat something.
Yeah, okay.
I've got half of a small potato.
Well, they
and-
might eat potatoes. I don't know.
That's right. And I'm going to stick another clothespin in like that for the neck.
Well, that is a small potato, isn't it?
Right. And now I'm going to open up the clothespin. I just took it off so I could do this really easily.
Right.
Stick the head back on, like
Right.
that. Let's draw on a couple of eyes
Aye.
and a little nose. And now, time for those fabulous antlers I mentioned. I'm going to take a fuzzy pipe cleaner and wrap it really tightly
Round
around
and
the
round
marker.
and round and round.
Pull it off, stretch it out,
Oh,
and it's all curvy.
that is awesome.
And now I just stick it in the potato.
Well,
Let's do that one more
I think
time.
they have two, Maggie.
I think so. Round and round and round and round and round. Stretch it out.
Wow.
Stick it in.
Oh, that's great. Okay, so how are we going to make the crow?
Well, the crow is another one of my favorite animals to make because it's going to... Oh, you know what?
What?
The kudu doesn't have its tail.
Oh, yeah.
Hang on. We'll just tuck a piece of pipe cleaner in the
Oh,
end.
yeah, okay,
Okay.
great.
Wow. All right.
No
Now, the
tail.
crow, remember the crow's tail. I already drew the shape here. You can see here's the tail
Oh, yeah.
and big wings. And this funny area here is going to be the head.
Oh, so it's like a triangle and a rectangle and some curvy things.
That's right. So
Yeah.
here's the triangle for the tail. And
Crunch,
here are the
crunch,
lines
crunch.
that the crow needs for its wings.
Yeah, crows have big wings.
They do. And I love to watch them fly. They flap really slowly, and
Yeah,
always a sort of a regular kind of beat.
And sometimes they just seem to be kind of floating.
That's right, they soar.
They soar.
Curvy
Right.
part.
So that's what you call it, when they're just kind of floating
That's right.
like
They
that?
just float. They sometimes find some air that's warmer than other parts, and then that hot air rises, and they get like a free ride up to the top.
Oh, kind of like a hot air balloon.
That's exactly right.
Oh, boy.
And crows love to travel around. They're very, very curious animals.
Yeah, they are. They're always looking in the garbage cans and stuff.
And they especially love shiny things.
Yeah.
Now, you see these dotted lines here? I'm going to cut, but not all the way.
Because if you did, I guess is that the head?
That's going to be the head.
And you don't want it to
That's
fall
right.
off.
No. Now, let's do the feathers first. So I'm going to fringe. So I'm just cutting
Snippety,
here,
snippety,
but
snip.
not all the way to make the feathers. That's right. And I'll do that down on the tail as well.
But you don't want to cut the tail off, Maggie.
Oh,
Be careful,
no.
be careful.
No, because birds need their tails for balance.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, crows, of course, are usually black, but we're just using purple so that everybody at home can see this more clearly.
Well, sometimes when it's a bright day, it kind of looks like they're purple to me.
Now, I'm
Yeah.
taking the head piece and folding it into a circle and making sure it's a little bit bigger than my finger.
It has to be bigger than your finger?
Yes, it does, because my finger is going to go in there.
Oh, you're going to use your finger as like part of the head?
That's right. That way the crow will be able to move. I'm going to just attach a popsicle stick, and I'm going to use some glue for that. That'll keep the body a little bit stiffer. I'll put some glue right on the popsicle stick with my popsicle stick. Very handy.
Yeah.
And stick it right down the middle, like
Boy.
that.
Okay, that's kind of like the, what do you call it, down the back?
The spine.
The spine,
It
yeah.
is
The
rather
spine.
like that.
Yeah.
Now, the crow also needs a mouth, so I'm taking 2 pieces of paper, and I'm going to make a sort of cone, fold it in part way,
And then
and
you're kind
roll.
of, it's going on a little trip,
That's
round
right.
and round.
Round and round, so it ends up pointy at the front, like an ice cream cone.
An ice cream cone?
Getting
That
a little hungry?
gives me an idea.
You could also use a paper cup if you wanted to do that. And it would be a little bit faster than making it on your own, but it's kind of enjoyable to
I
make
kind of
these
think
shapes.
that's neat making it like that.
Quite nice. Now, these are the 2 parts of the beak.
Oh, you
And-
see, I thought you were going to just use one part.
And
Yeah.
I'm going to cut this so it's a little bit smaller,
Snip, snap.
so it'll fit inside the mouth like that.
Nice beak.
All right.
Nice beak.
And we need some eyes, so I'll take my scissors and cut out a couple of eyes here, a couple of circles.
Wait a minute. You're only cutting... Oh,
I folded it over,
you
Jackson.
folded it over again.
So
You're
I've-
always tricking me.
I was thinking ahead. Put a couple of dots in for the black part of the eye, like that, and I'll just glue that onto the side here, like that. Birds have their eyes on the sides of their faces, don't they? So they can
Yeah, I guess
see.
that's true.
That's why they always tilt their heads when they're looking at you.
That's why they're always kind of going over here, over there, over here,
Right.
over there. Yeah,
Right?
I noticed that about birds.
And what else do we need here? You might think we need
What
feet,
else do we... Yeah,
but in
feet,
fact,
or claws. Or...
yeah, well, the feet are going to be provided by me. I got a long glove.
Oh, that's a fancy glove, man.
Yeah, I have it in my costume box for dressing up. And I can put it
Whoa.
on
That
like
glove is as
that.
long as your arm.
And I'm sure you've always played like this, right? People walking. Well, this is going to be the bird's feet. I'm going to lift it up, put my finger in through the head, and I'm just going to hold on to the mouth like
Right,
that.
right.
You can glue it in or tape it in if you want to be sure it doesn't fall out. And now I've got claws and feet.
But
I
you
better
don't
glue
have
that in. I'll glue that in a minute.
Yeah,
Well,
why
I'll show
don't
you
we
how
get
it works.
some real good glue to that?
And look how it can flap, too. Like it's soaring.
A long time ago, near a quiet pond, lived 4 friends. Now, you wouldn't expect them to be friends. There was a crow,
Hi, how you doing?
a mouse,
It's very nice to meet you.
a turtle,
can't everyone just be quiet? It's so noisy out here. I'm going for a swim.
And a kudu. Oh, hi. Nice to meet you. Gotta go. Well, as you can see, these four animals were very different creatures with different tastes and needs, but they were still good friends.
Although the others are awfully noisy, I still like them.
Hey, Turtle, who's being noisy? Beautiful day, beautiful day. Ah! It's true, Turtle. Crow is noisy, but his noise can be very useful.
Harumph.
Hunter coming! Hunter coming!
A hunter, I'm out of here.
A hunter? I better hide in my burrow.
Hunter, into the water I go.
Hunter's gone! Hunter's gone! Ah! Ah!
Thanks for the warning.
You see how useful Crow can be?
Harumph.
Now, Crow spent most of his time high in a tree. Mouse spent most of his time in the grass by the pond. Turtle liked to swim in the pond. Kudu liked to roam the countryside. She only returned in the evening. One night, Kudu didn't return.
Where do you think Kudu is? It's not like her to be late. Oh, she probably wandered to a faraway field and couldn't get back before dark. Ah!
Oh, she probably got trapped by some hunter.
Don't say that, Turtle. I'm worried.
Well, she usually gets home by now. I don't think we'll ever see Kudu again. Harumph.
Oh, no. There must be something we can do. Tomorrow morning, I'll fly over the fields and see if I can find her. Good idea, Crow.
And the next day, that's exactly what Crow did.
Kudu! Kudu! Oh, no! Kudu! What happened?
Oh, Crow, I'm trapped in this net. You better get out of here before the hunter returns and traps you, too.
Kudu, hold on! I'll get the others and we'll rescue you! Ah! Ah! Mouse! Turtle, come quickly! We have to rescue Kudu! She's trapped in a hunter's nest! Oh, dear. Let's go.
How are we gonna save Kudu from a hunter?
I know exactly what to do. Crow, give me a ride on your back. I've got to get to Kudu before the hunter returns. Hop on! She's in the woods on the other side of the pond!
I'll swim over.
So, the mouse climbed on the back of Crow, and they took off for Kudu.
If the hunter returns before Mouse can rescue Kudu, someone will have to stop the hunter. Oh, I know what I can do.
Kudu! Kudu! Mouse and I are here! Hang on!
Oh, good, you've come to rescue me. Oh, what are you going to do?
I'll chew through these ropes. When I make a big hole, you crawl through. And I'll hold the rope so it's easier for Mouse to chew.
And that's exactly what they did. Crow held the rope while Mouse started to chew.
Okay, there's one hole.
Oh, it's not big enough. I can't get through that.
Don't worry. I'll chew another rope and make it bigger.
In the meantime, Turtle swam across the pond. I wonder what he's going to do.
Okay, I'm all wet from the water. Now I need to cover myself with slippery mud. There, now I can help save my friends.
How are you doing, Mouse? Just one more chew.
Oh, hurry, Mouse. The hunter's going to return soon.
How can we show a hunter?
I know. The animals would just see his big boot coming.
Let's make a boot.
If we used a real boot, it'd be too big. How are we going to make a boot?
Well, I took a small rectangular box and I glued on a piece of tube, a cardboard tube. So this is the foot and this is the part that comes up on the ankle.
Oh, yeah, the booty part.
That's right. And now I'm going to put on some stickers. If you look at some boots, like hiking boots or even at your sneakers, you can see there's places that are circles where your laces go through, right?
Yeah, I get all mixed up with those.
Oh, I know. It takes a while to learn to tie all that.
Yeah, and
boots have
sometimes I start at the wrong end.
It's true, as long as you get them done. That's the most important part.
Yeah.
So my stickers, I've got 3 on each side.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
And now I'm just going to draw in the laces going up from the bottom, and crossing over, and drawing in a big bow like you would tie. Right? You could actually put a lace on if you wanted to. You just have to glue that in place. But you know what? Let's just put something on the bottom of the boot. If you look at the bottom of your sneakers, you'll see that there's a pattern, a thread. There's our hunter's boot ready to head out into the woods.
Kudu is caught in a hunter's net, and her friends are trying to help her. And then Crow sees someone coming.
It's the hunter! I see the hunter coming! Ah!
Now, where is that kudu I caught?
Whoa!
What happened? I heard the hunter! Ah!
Where's the hunter,
He
Crow?
slipped! He was almost here, and he slipped on a muddy stone!
That was me. Turtle. I covered myself with wet mud, so when the hunter walked through, he'd slip and fall.
Done! Okay, Kudu, try to squeeze through the net now!
I'm free. You're the best friends anyone could have.
Let's get out of here before the hunter returns!
So
Ah!
everybody ran home.
Turtle, that was a great idea you had to stop the hunter. You might complain, but you really are a true friend.
Oh, Maggie, I like that story, but I gotta go now.
Where are you going?
I'm going to invite Silver to my party.
Oh, that's great. See you next time, everybody. Bye-bye. For written instructions on how you can make any of the crafts you've seen on today's show, send us a note and a self-addressed stamped envelope to Crazy Quilt, care of Treehouse TV, Post Office Box 370, Station C, Toronto, Ontario, M6J 3N1. The crow's mouth stayed on because I glued it in really securely. You can do that, or you could just pinch it shut with some tape. And the net on the kudu was one of the bags from Jackson's berry box. Thanks,
Yeah,
Jackson.
they were good berries, too.
That's right. And the mud is just a piece of craft foam that I cut out in a big squiggly shape, because mud is always really messy and doesn't have any straight edges. You could use some felt, too. Anything at all that would be big and messy, don't you think?
Yeah, but I was thinking we could have used real mud, but then I guess it'd be kind of hard to clean up.
We'd have to
wouldn't it?
clean up. We wouldn't be able to wear it like a hat at all.
I've got mud.